Hi, I'm Dr. Duc Vuong, world's #1 weight loss surgeon, author of 13 books with a couple more on the way. And this is the first week in our 4-part series on long-term success, which is what you guys requested. And in week 1, video number 2, but week 1, we are going to talk about weight loss surgery food basics. All right? The first thing I want you to do is answer me this. Did you have weight loss surgery? Most likely, if you're watching this video, the answer is yes. Second question, have you regained a little bit of weight? Now, by little bit, I mean more than like the typical 5 or 10 pounds that you keep going up and down, right? I mean like 20, 25, 30 pounds. And some people have regained 60, 70 pounds. Some people have regained half of all their weight they lost. And some people have regained all of their weight that they lost. Okay, are you one of those people? Now, if you are, let me ask you this question. Have you ever said or have seen anyone post, I guess I better go back to basics. I guess it's time to go back to my surgeon's basics. My question to you is this. What if your basics are wrong? What if your surgeon didn't teach you anything? Put a 1 in the comment section if you didn't really learn much from your surgeon or his team, or the dietitian. Put a 1 in the comment section if maybe you had 1 or 2 dietary visits or to get your insurance approved, but they never really taught you what to eat after surgery. Put a 1 in the comment section if after surgery they gave you this little handbook, that little notebook, maybe it had 30 pages in it, nothing. And all it said was like week 1, have clear liquids and bone broth and jello and protein shakes. Put a 1 in the comment section if you are several, like year or 2 years out from surgery and your program's still telling you to drink protein shakes, like Premier protein shakes, right? What if your basics are wrong, okay? Now, my system has helped thousands of people, even non-weight loss surgery people, lose weight. And I'm going to give you some free resources in this video. So let's get back to the basics. Let's talk about number 1. What if you're not wrong. Your basics are wrong. Okay? Now, you guys who belong in some Facebook groups or follow some people on Instagram, or you watch some patients who had weight loss surgery on YouTube and they make videos about their weight loss surgery journey or their gastric sleeve journey. What if their basics are wrong? The first thing you have to sit there and say is, dude, maybe it's not working this time because the information to start with was wrong. An example would be, a few 100 years ago, 500 years ago, they thought the earth was flat. And people just went around and assumed that the world was flat until someone actually started questioning it. Maybe the world's not flat, right? I'll give you a more recent example. Probably in the 50s, they decided that fat makes you fat. So they started cutting fat out. They started making things low fat and telling you not to eat fat. But now what's happening? Everybody's saying, dude, fat's okay for you. Eat a bunch of bacon. These paleo people and keto people, like eat a bunch of bacon, eat a bunch of meat, and enjoy it. Like, that's not right either, right? What if all your basics are wrong? Okay, so let's do some wrong basics. Okay, if you are far out from surgery, and by far out, I mean if you are able to eat regular food, if you're able to tolerate steak, some of you are like, I still can't eat steak, Dr. V. That's okay. If you can tolerate chicken, if you can tolerate fish, if you can tolerate a salad, my opinion is you shouldn't be on protein shakes. You don't really need protein shakes. Don't need protein shakes. Now, some of you are going to be like, yeah! It'll be like back in the women's movement where they used to burn their bras. You guys will be like, yes! No more Premier protein shakes! Yoo-hoo! Throw it out, right? And I'm going to give you a better alternative here in a second. But I don't tell my patients to drink protein shakes forever and ever and ever. Now, of course, you have to balance this a little bit with what are you eating. If you're eating junk, maybe the protein shake's like the best you're getting, right? But hold on, later in this video, I'm going to tell you something what to do. So that'll be what to do. Okay. So down here, we're going to tell you what to do. Maybe I should do this now. Okay. So let's do this. This is going to be the Dr. V diet. Okay. So 1, you don't need protein shakes. So instead, what should you do? You should have green smoothies. Now I have lots of videos. Now listen, girl. Don't be writing, well, you can't get enough protein. Listen to me. I have videos on YouTube. A basic beginner green smoothie. I don't know how to make a green smoothie, Dr. Vuong. It tastes weird. I'm not using it. I have a basic beginner green smoothie. What machine you need. Like how do you blend it. All that sort of stuff. Basic, very simple ingredients. I have other videos on green smoothies that talk about weird ingredients. Like sugar substitutes, like lacuna powder, right? I've got, and then I've got green smoothie videos on like high protein green smoothies. What can you do to put more protein? If you're a bypass patient or a duodenal switch patient and you have a lot more malabsorption than a sleeve, you might need higher protein green smoothies. So the answer is yes, you can get your protein in your green smoothies, okay? So I have videos on that, right? You can put in chia seeds. You can put in, I have the video with hemp seeds, right? But Dr. Vuong, I got all these protein powders, protein shakes. What do I do? Just add your protein shakes until you run out, until you're out. So you use your protein powder or protein shakes until, in your green smoothies until you run out of that crap. Now, but Dr. Vuong, what if I'm exercising? What if I really need more protein? What if I'm really malabsorbing? Then you can use a vegan protein powder. And I recommend vegan because most other protein powders are whey or milk-based. And you know, I don't like milk, so no dairy. You don't want dairy. Okay? So this is an example. What's wrong? Okay, what if your basics is wrong? A lot of people are telling you to do dairy. They tell you to eat cheese sticks. That's a fucking no. Man, my first F-bomb, and I'm like, how far? I'm like 12 minutes, 12 minutes into the video. Right? Cheese sticks are a big freaking no. Not cheese, string cheese. Oh, God. This is terrible stuff. It's not even like real cheese. Does that make sense what I'm saying? This is terrible information. Like yogurt is terrible for you. It's not real yogurt, the stuff we're eating anymore, okay? So most people are actually allergic to whey. Comment if you notice that when you use your protein powder or your protein shakes, you get real bloated. Comment if bloating, you know. Do you get bloated? Why do you think you're getting bloated? Most likely it's because the protein powder is whey and you're allergic to it. Okay? So what we want to do is start getting good information. So get a flavorless vegan protein powder. And yes, there is one I recommend. If you scroll through my fan page feed, I have a link to a vegan protein powder that I recommend. And it repopulates. Okay. Oh, flavorless. Because you don't want the green smoothie tastes great. Okay, so green smoothies taste awesome for all of those who are like, oh, I'm worried about tasting the spinach or the green. Get over it. You're doing this shit for your health. Let's grow up. Okay? You're more powerful than food. Spinach is not the devil. You're not so special, like, I can't find anything. I'm allergic to kale, and I'm allergic to spinach, and this causes me to like poop, and this constipates me. Like, dude, quit making shit up. What if all these years you've been eating wrong, and your entire GI tract and your gut microflora and your biome is all jacked up? And by introducing green smoothies, the green smoothies are actually straightening shit out for you. You're just too impatient. You're expecting this to like turn shit over after one sip. Oh, I don't feel good. And you've been eating crap your whole life. Give it some time, okay? Whew. All right. Animal protein. First of all, we are obsessed with protein. This is an obsession that is wrong. I'm telling you all this is wrong. Now, put in the comment section how many grams of protein did your program tell you to eat. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say 60 grams. Some of you guys are going to say 70, 80 grams. There are some programs that tell their patients to eat 100 to 120 grams of protein. First of all, your body cannot process 100 grams of protein. Your body cannot process that much protein. Cannot process, right? It's dumb. This is terrible old information that we had from the 1960s and 70s about early bypasses, okay, that we don't do anymore, called the jejunal ileal bypass. It's called the JIB, jejunal ileal bypass. We don't do that weight loss surgery anymore. Why? Because people died from it. People went into liver failure from it. It was so malabsorptive. People went blind from this surgery. And what they noticed is the protein amount losses were super great because they couldn't absorb the protein. So the surgeon said, what? Hey, get in a bunch of, eat 80, 90, 100 grams of protein based on this study. But we don't do this surgery anymore. You don't, but the recommendation never left, you know, the bariatric field. We're still telling people based on old information. I promise you, you are not going to die if you don't get in 90 grams of protein. Stop driving yourself crazy. You think hair loss is bad? Imagine going blind. Imagine going into liver failure. This is terrible. We don't do the surgery anymore. Okay, so this is old data, right? Now, but Dr. Vuong, so how much protein do I really need? Well, I never taught my patients. I don't tell them because the answer is it depends. Depends on what your goals are. Goals, your activity levels, your age, your size. Are you training for a marathon? Are you training for a bodybuilding competition? Those are totally different. Are you a 25-year-old dude? Or are you a 67-year-old grandmother? Why would I tell you both to have the same amount of protein? It makes no sense, okay? So the only thing I'll say is you don't need as much as you think. So what do you need? All right? So if you're an average-sized guy without weight loss surgery, you're probably looking at 50 to 60 grams of protein. If you're a woman, you're looking at around 40 to 45 grams of protein a day. That's it. And just because you had a sleeve, why did most people have a sleeve? Because they were afraid of the bypass. They didn't want the malabsorption. So if you just eat food, even though it's less volume, you're absorbing all the stuff. If you have high quality proteins, you do green smoothies and other stuff I'm about to tell you, you're going to get your 40, 45 grams of protein as a woman just fine. Does that make sense what I'm saying? But Dr. Vuong, I'm a special bypass patient. Well, my answer is still the same. No one dies of protein malnutrition in America. It doesn't happen. In a modern world, people do not die of protein malnutrition. You will be fine. And no, it will not cause your weight loss stall. Let's put that down. So weight loss stall is not caused by decreased protein. I promise you, it's not. Look at all of the... Please, let's agree I'm a nice guy, okay? But you've all studied Nazi concentration camps and the Holocaust and World War II, right? We all studied that. And we've all seen the pictures of the Nazi concentration camp. If you will read... Hey, hold on just a second. Read this book. Let me grab this book for you real quick. Where'd it go? Dude. I don't want to lose y'all. Hold on. I can't find it. Okay. Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. He was a concentration survivor, Holocaust survivor. Okay? And there are pictures, and you've seen them all. They're all skinny. And he talks about what they had. They had like just basically broth every day, and maybe a little bit of onions and carrots and vegetables in the bottom of the broth, maybe if they were lucky, and bread. They had zero protein, and guess what? They were all skinny. Now listen, I didn't say they were healthy. Don't get confused here. I'm not saying concentration people camp people are healthy. They're not, but they're skinny. So you will be able to lose weight if you don't get your protein. Trust me, okay? And listen, before you hate on me, I want you to remember, I was in a refugee camp. I'm a Vietnamese boat person. I'm a Vietnamese immigrant. I spent 6 months in a refugee camp. I've been very hungry. No fat people in my concentration camp, in my refugee camp. We were all skinny. We were all hungry, okay? So I know what I'm talking about here, okay? Okay, so your weight loss will not stall if you don't get enough protein. It's really going to be quality of food, okay? So you don't need animal protein. Now, Dr. Vuong's a vegan. I'm not a vegan. Dr. Vuong is a vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian. I'm mostly pescatarian, but I had this steak the other night. I had some chicken for lunch today. So don't make assumptions about me, okay? My point is you don't need animal protein. You have protein from other sources. Non-animal sources. Okay? That's the first thing. Okay? Now, what I'm going to teach you, and some of you won't like it, but that's okay. It's still the truth. What you want to do is eat mostly, and I'll put mostly, a whole foods, plant-based diet. Okay, that's known in the nutrition world as WFPB, whole food plant-based. So it takes away the whole vegan, vegetarian thing. You're going to whole foods, which means real foods. Real foods. Tomatoes, apples, carrots, all the healthy stuff for you. Plant-based, which means it's the foundation. The foundation, plant-based, means imagine your food pyramid, right? It's going to be mostly plants. But it doesn't mean like no chicken. It doesn't mean no meats, It's just the foundation is mostly going to be plants. Plant-based whole foods. Okay? And then how strict do you want to be on that? That's up to you, Do you want some fish? Do you want some shrimp? Some people won't eat shrimp. Jewish people won't eat shrimp. Do you want pork? Do you want some bacon? Dude, I like bacon. Brunch is not good without bacon. A Bloody Mary's got to have a slice of bacon in it. That's fine. I don't eat it very often or very much. I probably eat more than I should. But at the same time, like how strict do you want to be? It's really up to you. But I promise you, as long as your foundation is whole foods, plant-based, you're going to have weight loss success. I promise you, okay? And what's happening now, because I still belong to my surgery groups and societies and stuff, is a lot more doctors, surgeons, are starting to get their heads out of their asses and realizing they're seeing too many patients with weight regain. In fact, the number one fastest growing weight loss surgery is what? Guess. What is the number one fastest growing weight loss surgery? Growing weight loss surgery. Is it a sleeve? Is it a bypass? No. Is it this thing called a minigastric bypass? No. It's actually revisions. Dr. Vuong, what's revision? Revision is when you have one surgery and you have a second surgery because you didn't lose enough weight or you regained all your weight. Like you go from a sleeve to a bypass. Some people are going, well, I had a sleeve. I should have had the bypass. No, because bypass patients are going, man, I wish I had a sleeve. Right? And you cannot go from a bypass to a sleeve for weight loss. Not for weight loss. You can do it technically. It's very high risk. It's very complicated. And you can do it for other things like malnutrition, etc., anemia. But you're not going to get additional weight loss if you go from a bypass to a sleeve. It doesn't work that way. And just because they revise your bypass to a longer limb or some other thing doesn't guarantee your weight loss. What's the only thing that's going to guarantee your weight loss? Get your fucking basics right. That's it. All right? Share this video. All right. So, I ran out of room, but I got more stuff to do. Let me see, make sure. Okay. One more. 3. Okay. Water. I need y'all to start drinking a lot of water. Water, 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 water. You can have, Dr. Vuong, how many protein should I eat every day? What about my macros? What about my micros? I got to, once I started looking at my macros, I started losing weight. No, 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 no. You could have your macros perfect, but if you don't drink water, none of that shit goes through. Let me ask you this question. Dr. Vuong, okay, someone says, I get 80 grams of protein every day. Way to go. What does your body need to process in order to process that much protein? Anybody know? What does your body need in order to process protein? That's right, fucking water. Processed protein. If you eat a ton of protein but don't drink any water, and water, not tea, not soda, not Gatorade, not fucking Crystal Light, water. If you don't drink enough water, you can't process your protein. So what's the point of counting all your protein? Does that make sense? Woo! So you got your whole foods, plant-based foundation, now with a bunch of water. Dr. Vuong, how much water should I drink? Dude, as much as you can. You cannot drink too much water. I drank so my sodium got too low. No, that's very rare that happens. Especially this is the summer. You live in a hot place. You're dehydrating. You're losing. You better be getting more active. And especially in the weight loss surgery community. You guys are crazy. You go to the gym twice a day, 3 days a week or whatever. And then you say, I don't like the taste of water. What do you think you're losing at the gym? Water, not Gatorade. You are not sweating out Gatorade. But isn't Gatorade good for all your electrolytes? Oh, I'm glad you failed for that market advertising. Okay, so basics. All right. I like this. Y'all like this? All right, I got a few more basics for water. So what not to do? So over here. So it's not like Gatorade, Powerade. Powerade. It's not Crystal Light. Right? Stop. It's not artificial sweeteners. Stop putting artificial sweeteners into your water and stuff. It will jack everything up. It's a bunch of chemicals, okay? I'm going to erase this. I'll be right back. I like this format. We're going to do some more of this. All right, man. Those were some major tips, right? You guys ready for some other stuff? Earlier on my Facebook fan page, I posted this question, like how often were you told to eat, right, after weight loss surgery? And a lot of people commented, man, 3 meals and 2 snacks. Eat 6 times a day. Some people were good and said 3 times a day, no snacking. But what if your basics are wrong? I will tell you, most programs tell their patients 3 meals plus 2 snacks. That's absolutely wrong. Or 6 meals a day. Wrong. It's too much. Too much. When you're trying to lose weight, and they've looked at this is from the OptiFast people. So I know OptiFast is a product, so they might have, they have like 60 papers in peer-reviewed journals. And what they found is when patients are trying to lose weight, when people are trying to lose weight, right, you actually have to eliminate food choices. You have to eliminate how many times a day that the patient has to make food choices, which only makes sense because quite honestly, I love you, but if you got to the point where you had to have weight loss surgery, you've demonstrated that you're not so good at making food choices. Amen? So what does this mean? 6 meals a day. Are you fucking kidding me? 3 meals plus 2 healthy snacks. If you knew what healthy snacks were, why would you be here? Right? Now what, and then say, but my dietitian gave me this great list. What list did she give you of healthy snacks? Name some. Put it in the comment. What do you think is a healthy snack? You got it. String cheese. No! String cheese is terrible for you. It's not even real cheese. It's hydrogenated oils. Peanut butter, Dr. Vuong. Get peanut butter. Need my protein. No! No, peanut butter is a terrible snack for you. Peanut butter is a bunch of calories. Trust me. Granola. God, Lord, have you seen how many calories are in a bag of granola? Come on. Yogurt. But Dr. Vuong, you mean that yogurt's not good for me? No. No. So what you do you have to eliminate choices. Okay? So what you want to do, okay, I teach my patients 3 meals. Maybe 2 to 3 meals. Okay? Breakfast is a green smoothie. That's it. Which we talked about earlier. But Dr. Vuong, I don't have time for a green smoothie, or I missed my green smoothie. So I'll give you another option. Or water. You need that water to jumpstart it. Dr. Vuong, hey, let me ask you this question. What is the most important meal of the day? What's the most important meal of the day? I bet you a bunch of guys put lunch, didn't you? It's not right. I mean, a lot of people put breakfast. It was not right. A lot of people put breakfast, but breakfast is not the most important meal. It's not. Right? And think about the typical American breakfast. What's healthy about it? What is healthy about cereal? What is healthy about, bacon and eggs? Right? What is healthy about biscuits and gravy? What's healthy about an Egg McMuffin? It's not. Your typical American breakfast is not healthy. What is healthy about donuts? Danishes. Those are pastries in other parts of the world. Those are desserts. Pop-Tarts are not healthy for your kids. Cheerios will not decrease heart attacks, heart disease. You understand that, right? Honey Nut Cheerios does not help you with heart disease. Frosted Flakes will not help you play baseball better. Right? That's all commercial. So, breakfast is green smoothie or water. Lunch is a big-ass salad. Right? Big-ass salad. Oh, I didn't get into my salads. I have videos on how to make your salads. Salads, right? Add your protein source. You want a big variety. That's what you're after is variety. So you can go look up that video. Remember, become a seeker. Be a seeker. So go to my YouTube channel, search my name, and search salads. And I show you how, what you need to put in a real salad, okay, for variety. And then dinner is this is lunch. Dinner is a small meal that's kind of protein based, protein focused, or a salad. Now people sit there and go, but can I have a green smoothie for lunch? Sure. Green smoothie is much healthier than fast food or a sandwich, right? And I also teach my patients, if you're far enough out, you should try intermittent fasting. Dr. Vuong, what is intermittent fasting? Well, you got to become a seeker. That's more than what we're going to talk about. And I tell you in this video, so I have a video for that too. So go on my YouTube channel and look up intermittent fasting, where I talk about intermittent fasting after weight loss surgery. You don't do it right after surgery. There's a time period where you can. You got to be able to consume other foods. You got to have your head straight, all that sort of stuff. Okay? So that's what I teach my patients. And what's most controversial is this. Someone write this in the comment. No snacking. That is huge. There is no snacking for weight loss surgery patients. You guys don't, for most of y'all, don't understand a healthy snack. Right? But Dr. Vuong, what's wrong with apples? He's telling me I can't have apple slices. He's telling me what's wrong with carrot sticks. Aren't carrot sticks healthy for you? Yes, carrot sticks are healthy for you. And yes, apple slices are healthy for you. And yes, fruit's healthy for you. But imagine this. You're sitting there like, oh, Dr. V, I'm having my apple slices. I'm having my apple slices. I'm having my apple slices. It's 4 p.m. It's time for my apple slices. And then what happens? Something stressful starts happening at work. Well, maybe I'll have this. I didn't have lunch today, so I need my protein, so I'm going to dip my apple slices in peanut butter. Apple slices and peanut butter. I just had a hard day at work. My boss was mean to me, and I need something sweeter than an apple, so apple with peanut butter, apple with peanut butter. And it's just a matter of time before something happens. Watch me. You're in this motion already. Mom gets sick. Your kid gets in a car wreck. You get laid off from work. Your husband gets laid off from work. You found out your husband was gay, right? And now you're already in this motion. And now your snack becomes apple pie. And it's too hard to stop. Because it's the one thing that you've not done all your life during hard times. It's the one soothing thing that makes you feel better temporarily during stressful times. Can't do it, y'all. You cannot be trusted. Put this in the comment section. You cannot be trusted with a snack. You just can't. One exception. You are allowed to snack Anyone knows what the exception is? Around physical activity. So if activity, and by physical activity, I don't fucking mean walking around the block. I mean like you're going to go on this mountain hiking climb for like 3 miles. Then you better bring a snack with you because you're going to run too low on energy. Let's say you're training for a marathon or a fitness competition. You can have a snack because you've earned that snack. But just because it's 2 in the afternoon or 4 p.m. or you think your blood sugar's low, you think you get a snack? No, not a snack. Okay? So no snacking except for around physical activity. And let me put that because some of y'all are just hard physical activity. We need hard physical activity. Okay? Now, what is that? So those things that I just taught you right there, okay, that's the Dr. V diet. And that's going to be my new book. But you don't have to wait on my book. So if you go to drvdiet.com, I have a free, how much? Free PDF. It's like 16 pages. And you download it. It's beautiful. It has pictures. It explains all this. Explains like why you need to not snack. It explains about the water. It explains about the green smoothies. It's a great free PDF, drvdiet.com. Now some of you are going to go and become seekers and go to drvdiet.com and look at it. And some of you won't. Most of you won't. I don't know why, but you just won't. But just know that it's there and it's free, right? And the Dr. V Diet book is going to come out. I'm working on it right now. All right, cool. Was this helpful? I'm going to come right back and we're going to get back to like how you actually eat. Cool? How you actually eat. Be right back. How amazing were those tips? They good? Getting back to basics. Those are real basics. Those are things that are tried and true, tested. I've used it on thousands of patients and have helped them. And it's helped people lose 100 pounds without surgery following that Dr. V diet, okay? Now, think about this. Maybe you were lucky, and maybe your program really like gave you good material, good support, etc. But did it actually teach you how to eat? Think about that. Did they actually teach you how to eat? Probably not. Like the actual physical step of eating. So some of you guys are like, I'm going to get back to my food basics. And you still keep, like maybe you go back to your protein shakes. Maybe you go back to like, your small stuff. But you're still snarfing it down. No one ever taught you how to actually eat. So we're going to go through the step process together right now. This is what I taught my patients to be super successful. I mean, I've got my biggest loser lost 300 pounds with the sleeve. 300 pounds with the sleeve, not a bypass. One surgery, right? And I've had lots of patients lose 100 pounds or more. I call them my Century Club. 100 pounds or more lost prior to surgery. I've had 13 patients lose 100 pounds or more prior to surgery. I had one surgery patient lost 165 pounds prior to surgery. And yes, he had surgery. He lost another 100 with the surgery. Okay? So how are we going to eat? Now, first of all, what size plates do y'all need to use? Big ass plates? Salad plates? No, salad plates are too big these days. This is a salad plate these days, too big. You need a small plate. So you want a teacup plate. Teacup or saucer. Get a small one. This is what you put your coffee mug on in the morning, a saucer plate. And hopefully it has like a design on it, okay? And what type of silverware are you going to use? You're going to use some big-ass soup spoons? Some of y'all, do you know a person? Because I used to have a neighbor when I was growing up, and I couldn't believe it. There was like this big plastic bowls. Have you seen these big plastic mixing bowls? And I swear to goodness, like she dumped an entire box of cereal in there and almost an entire gallon of milk, had this big old ladle, and was like eating breakfast like that. And I'll give you one guess how big she was. She wasn't small, right? So you got to break this fat brain habit. Use your small saucers, and then use your small silverware. Some people say use like kids' kids spoons and kids forks, kid size. But you know what? Like I have a 3-year-old, and I looked at her spoon, and it's almost a regular size spoon. It's not that small. So be careful. You want to find some as small as possible. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, what are we going to do? Okay. So these are the actual steps. All right. So step number 1, nickel-sized bite. Okay. So let's do this together. Imagine in your head, you've got your little baby fork here. You're going to get a piece of fish. We're going to have some fish today. Okay? You're going to get a piece of fish, and you're going to only have a bite the size of a nickel. That's it. Right? It's nickel-sized bite. Not dime. Dime's a little small. Not quarter. That's a quarter. Now, for you guys from Australia or Canada who don't understand what a nickel size, I don't know how to translate it, but it's it's about this big. Okay? That's what you're going to put on your fork. Nickel-sized bite. Okay? Now, here's what you have to do. So everyone do this with me. Nickel-sized bite. Okay? Now, what is step number 2? Step number 2 is put down your fork. Okay? So you've done your nickel-sized bite. Now you're going to put down your fork. Okay? Number 3. What's number 3? Some people are going, chew, Dr. Vuong, chew. No, it's not chew. It's let go of the fork. Okay? So you put down the fork, then you're going to let go of the fork. Let go of the fork. See, I've watched y'all a long time. If you hold on to that fork, what are the chances? You're going to be doing this, right? I put it down, Dr. Vuong. No, you didn't let it go. You got to let it go. Okay, let it go. Now, what's the next step? What's step number 4? Dr. Vuong is chew, 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 chew. No, it's not chew, 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 chew. The next step is sit on your hands. Now, this sounds weird. You're like, Dr. Vuong, this is stupid. I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't need to be sitting on my hands. Yes, you do. Remember, you've demonstrated lifelong bad habits. I'm trying to correct that for you. And this shit works. Why are you? Don't argue with me. This will work. Sit on your hands. So both hands. Bitches, not like one hand. Okay, so now you're let go. Let go of the fork. And you are literally going to sit on your hands. Boom, sit on your hands. Why? Dr. Vuong, that sounds silly. Because what do you do if your hands are free? Yeah, that's right. You're reaching for bread. You're dipping in the sauce. You're going for the tortilla. You're just going to have one more nibble, one more bite. Let me taste. I missed the cheese. Some cheese fell off of my fork. Sit on your hands. Okay? Next. Okay, now next is finally chew. Okay? Chew 20 times. Okay? So let's do this together. Sit on your hands. So I'm sitting on my hands. Okay? Pretend like I'm sitting on my hands here. And I'm going to chew 20 times. Count with me. 1, 2, do it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aerate your food. And 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I look like somebody on crack, right? 19, 20. Now let me ask you this question. When was the last time you chewed 20 times? I know you're supposed to chew to liquid, chew to applesauce consistency, but do you actually do it? You're 2 years out. Do you really still chew to applesauce consistency? Chances are no. But what does this do? This makes you slow down. Okay, I'm going to chew. Okay, and then you swallow. Chew 20 times. And then you're going to swallow, obviously. Now what's after that? Step number 6 is wait 30 seconds. Now somebody's going to sit here and be like, Dr. Vuong, I'm 2 years out. Do I have to do this? You're the one who regained 40 pounds, girl. Do you think you need to do this? You're the one that's a year out and regained half your weight. Do you think you need to do this again? Come on. Of course you do. And if you ever have dinner with Dr. V, you're going to see I do this shit. I don't eat fast, girls. And I'm a surgeon. When in residency, you have to you might not have time to eat. You just got to snarf food when you can during med school and residency. So I had a period of my life where I was just eating and going. So I had to break that habit, okay? So you're going to wait 30 seconds. Now let's time 30 seconds, right? 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. This is a boring video. 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000, 11, 1,000, 12, 1,000, 13, 1,000, 14, 1,000, 15, 1,000, 16, 1,000, 17, 1,000, 18, 1,000, 19, 1,000, 20, 1,000, 21, 1,000, 22, 1,000, 23, 1,000, 24, 1,000, 25, 1,000. God damn, 26, 1,000, 27, 1,000, 28, 1,000, 29, 1,000, 30, 1,000. Phew! 30 seconds is a lot longer than you think. Okay? Now, let me ask you this question. When was the last time you waited 30 seconds between bites? Think about that. Probably never, because you probably never learned this. Now, Dr. Vuong, how can I be successful? Set timer on your phone. Just go to your phone when you're eating, set a 30-second timer. You chewed, you swallow. You chewed 20 times, 20. Hit the swallowed, hit the 30-second timer, and now you know when 30 seconds is up. Trust me. I used to, when I was doing surgery and I'd clamp your stapler down before I made your sleeve, I held that compression for 30 seconds. And it was like freaking forever. So I know how long this is, okay? So it's long. So wait 30 seconds. Now, after 30 seconds, what do? Somebody's going to be like, eat, take another bite. No. So after 30 seconds, you're going to ask, how's my baby? You're going to see, how does it feel? Right? 30 seconds. Is it tight? Did I burp? Did I have pressure? This is a very important step. Do not skip this, especially if you're just adding textures, or if you're trying to reset and like you've never been able to eat chicken or steak or whatever, or there are people who are like, I can only have liquids because everything else goes up. Well, maybe you're not doing this. Maybe you're going too fast. Maybe you took too big of a bite. Maybe you never stopped to ask, how's the baby? So how's the baby feeling? Right? And it could be your first bite. Oh, shit. Stuck. Too much pressure. Oh, I feel the pressure. If you feel the pressure, what do? You're done. Stop eating. Done. I don't care if it was one bite. Your baby's not ready for that texture. The chef did not. Your husband reheated the chicken and it's dry. Right? Stop. Eat something else. Go have a green smoothie. Go have a tomato bisque soup. Go have a parade soup. Right? Go to soft beans or something. Don't keep eating that piece of steak or chicken. How's the baby doing? Make sense? Okay. Now the last step is repeat. So you got to repeat again. Nickel-sized bite. Put down the fork. Let go of the fork. Sit on your hands. Chew 20 times. Wait 30 seconds. How's my baby? This 8-step procedure is a lot of what is responsible for the success of my patients. Okay? Now, what have I just shown you right here? This whole process will take you about 1.5 minutes. Right? So 1.5 minutes. In other words, what I've taught you, essentially, if you do this, is called mindful eating. And the success of your surgery depends on this. How mindful are you when you eat? Everything else is a fucking excuse and bullshit, and you need to stop it. Stop saying, I don't have time at work. I'm a school teacher and I barely have enough time to go to the bathroom. Right? This is the crucial key part. If you keep saying, like, I don't have time to make a green smoothie. I don't have time, like, I only have, first of all, you're only eating this small saucer of food. You're not eating a full meal. So, yes, 30 minutes is plenty of time to eat your small ass salad. Does that make sense what I'm saying? You're making an excuse. This is the same thing. An analogy would be like, I'm going to drive my car with my eyes closed. Would you let your teenage son drive their car with the eyes closed? No. Why are you surprised when you why are you shocked when they wreck the car? Why are you not being mindful when you're eating and now you're wondering why you're regaining weight or you're stalling? This topic is so important for the weight loss surgery community, and no one teaches this to y'all. This video is so important. It is your responsibility and your duty to share this video because someone is suffering. Someone in another Facebook group is posting like their weight regain issues. Share this video with them. Point them to my YouTube channel. You could save their surgery. You could save their weight loss journey. It could be your own weight loss journey. We're going to go through this whole process, but always think, are my basics right? Is what I'm taught correct? Right? I'm always questioning. Myself, I'm always questioning. You know, I don't assume I know everything. Every day is a new day. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to get better. Put in this 8-step process. Get back to proper food eating, right, that I taught you. And I promise you, do it long enough. Don't get impatient at 6 months, 9 months. Yes, you are going to stall at 6 months. You are going to stall again at 9 months. You're going to stall again at 15 months. And if you get frustrated and give up 2 years out, you're going to have a regain. Don't do that. That's the typical pattern. Don't be like that. Now, why do we have that typical pattern? Maybe our basics are wrong. I love you guys very much. Share the shit out of this video. I'll see you next video.